I want to ask you about Baker Mayfield real quick, okay? So the Browns have. I just saw this on my phone too, and I already have this question written down, but they have a decision to make in the offseason about their fifth-year option with him, right? Which
Yeah.
is now fully guaranteed in the NFL. So you're writing a $20+ million check
Yeah.
that's gonna cash to a guy. Have you seen enough from him this year that if you're the Browns, you're comfortable doing that?
With the 5th-year option, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I am 100% picking up his 5th-year option based
Okay.
on what I've seen this year. Am I giving him a long-term extension yet? Absolutely not.
Right.
I need to see another season of what I saw this year.
Right.
And mind you, the best thing that's happened to Baker this year was Kevin Stefanski, except for the last game, running the football. I mean,
Right.
just running it, and investing in the offensive line, which allowed Baker to sit back there comfortable in the pocket, and you allow him to manage the game instead of trying to be a superhero. Like Baker's not that guy who, at least at this point in his career, where he's a superhero. Ben Roethlisberger truly wasn't a superhero in the beginning of his career either. Their defense was so good. They ran the ball so well that then he was able to just manage the game and didn't have to be a hero. And then he's grown into that as he's gotten older and more seasoned in his career. So that's the route that I would take with Baker. He seems to be more focused, able to cut out the noise in the periphery, because he was a guy up to this season. If anybody chirped at him, I gotta respond. And it's like, no, dude, like let the people talk. You shut them up with your play. And not even where you're focused on, I gotta shut these people up. No, you focus in on your job, close out the noise, because people are going, if they know that they can bother you by questioning you or by saying stuff about you, then they're going to do it.
No question.
So until he got to the point where he could do it, then but mind you, he's played pretty well this year, so he hasn't had any times where people are questioning it. I mean, people are still questioning Tom Brady right now after 6 Super Bowl. Oh, does he still have it? He can't throw the deep ball, all of this. And then after every win, he's posting in Instagram videos like, hey, on to the next one. And they are shots at those people, but it's in the element of where it's clearly a shot at those people, but he does it in a way where he's focused on his team.
Yes.
So it's clearly at those people, but he's like, nah, we focused on us. And so I'm gonna give you something to chew on for this next week. And I like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, George, and tell me if I'm wrong, I think that Kevin Stefanski has made all the difference in the world for Baker. He just has, as far as Stefanski goes, okay, hardly any offseason, comes in, new players, new team. I've seen evidence of culture change. I've seen buy-in from the Browns, and I've seen a quarterback that now is like seeing the game through the same lens as his play caller and offensive coordinator and his quarterbacks coach and Alex Van Pelt. But these guys have done a tremendous job with the offense. Stefanski keeps everybody off balance. He's done a tremendous job with the run game. And has got Baker playing, for a period there before this Jets game lost last weekend. He was in about 3-4 games in a row there where he was really, really hot. And I felt like they were in a groove there.
Well, it's tough for him to be in as good of a groove with no wide receivers. And then
exactly,
when Kevin Stefanski runs the ball like 18 times. No, he needs to add 20 to that. 38.
Yeah.
It
got away from him. It got away from him a little bit for the first time. Not the first time, but it really, for the first time in maybe the second half of the season, it got away from coach a little bit, and his inexperience showed a little bit. But
that's okay though, right?
Yes.
In terms of when it happened, you want that to happen that week, last week. when your wide receivers are out, and now coach can say, hold up, damn, what the hell was I doing? I only ran the ball 18 times. What the hell was I thinking? And now he will be more cognizant of that, even against the Steelers this week. If they do make the playoffs, he'll play the hits instead of trying to, show up to the concert and play all the B-sides. And brother, you gotta play the hits first. That's what people came to see.
Yep, you're right about that. So I think that if he wins this weekend, he's a candidate for Coach of the Year and a legitimate one. What do you say to that?
Duh. Who could argue against a guy that literally took a team that was on their third head coach in 3 years? I mean, so you had Hugh Jackson, and then you had
Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie Kitchens come in last year. The team was in disarray. Freddie wasn't playing the best people. He was more concerned about, and like everybody was doing a CYA job and like trying not to get fired instead of just not worrying about that and just doing the right things over and over and over again. And Freddie just didn't have the experience. Like it's like that quote that says, people get promoted to the level of their incompetency. Like, and he was not ready to be a head coach yet. That doesn't mean he's not a good play caller, that he's not a good coach. Just means that he got promoted to a level that he wasn't equipped to be yet. I mean, so as far as Coach of the Year, I would, in any other situation, I would put, if the Browns make the playoffs, I would put Kevin Stefanski as my number one in terms of Coach of the Year. But these are special circumstances.
Okay.
The man who's going to win Coach of the Year, if his team makes the playoffs, is going to be Ron Rivera. The man battled cancer all year. I mean, like, that's just, it is what it is. I mean, it's like last year where Russell Wilson had an MVP year, but then here comes Lamar Jackson with one of the greatest seasons ever. So and Ron Rivera, he would have dealt with quarterback issues. I mean, just saboteurs, the name change, the stuff coming out about the owner, the number one pick having to cut him, battling cancer. I mean, he's going to win Coach of the Year if they make the playoffs. So, that's not a knock on Kevin Stefanski, but circumstances are just going to dictate that he's not going to win it.